station. His Midas dead while getting off.
Give it up for Ben Frank!
What's up, Wuhan?
What's up?
Yeah! Woo! Yes! Okay, yeah, that was awesome. Give it up for the DJ, everybody. Come on. DJ Saya! Who was here the whole time for the 76-day lockdown? Make some noise. Clap. Clap. Okay, who left and came back? Okay, great. Everybody hates you. Fuck you. Nobody likes you. You're cowards, okay? The real people stuck it out right here in Wuhan. And I don't know, I'm really honored to be here performing at the first comedy show here since the lockdown. Isn't it amazing? Oh, it's awesome. No, I was so excited to come here. I came here from Shanghai on the train today, and I was asking the promoter, and I'm like, hey, can you give me the information for my hotel? And he's like, oh, we couldn't book you a hotel. And I'm like, why? He goes, you have an American passport. He's like, that's not a good one in China right now. But yeah, but that's the crazy thing, that's the insane thing. 4 months ago, you couldn't pay anyone to stay in the city. Now you guys are turning people away. Yeah. You guys have gotten confident in a hurry, Wuhan. I'm not sure if I like it. I'm not sure if I like it. But I'm happy to be here. People have been trying to tell me, they're like, Ben, this isn't a good time to go to Wuhan. People told me that. They said, Ben, this isn't a good time to go to Wuhan. I'm like, no, I think this is the best time to be in Wuhan. Yeah! You know why? Because it's safe, it's quiet, and it's peaceful. Yeah. I know, it's great right now. I know for a fact, within 3 years, this place is gonna be overrun with tourists. Okay? Coming to Wuhan out of curiosity. And you... Yeah, exactly. Come and see what the virus looks like. You guys are gonna have the worst tourists too, okay? You're gonna have busloads of white girls coming in like, where's the wet market? I wanna take a selfie with a bat. Where are the bats? Show me the bats. I'm from the US. We've had a tough time in the US getting people to wear masks. But in China, during the height of the virus, everyone was wearing masks. Like, they weren't just wearing masks, people got on the rest of the protective equipment too. Like, I thought I was doing well, I had my mask on, I was going outside, I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Then I see a guy wearing gloves, I'm like, oh, we're wearing gloves now? Is that what we're doing? We're wearing gloves now? I'm like, okay. Then I see a guy wearing goggles, I'm like, oh, we're wearing goggles now? Okay. That's what we're doing. Then I saw a guy wearing a condom, I'm like, that's a bit overboard. I'm not doing that. But yeah, speaking of condoms, I am single. Any single people here? Yeah! As a single guy, I have realized that the amount of condoms you have in your possession says a lot about you. Like, if you don't have any condoms, that means you're probably not having much sex. But if you have a lot of condoms, that means you're probably not having any sex. I am single, but I started growing this beard recently. You guys don't seem to like it.
Looking good.
Thank you. Yeah, I started growing this beard recently, and it has helped me out quite a bit with the ladies. Yeah. Like, now random girls just come up to me to say hello in Arabic. But no, dude, I've realized as an American living abroad, living in a city like Shanghai, us Americans, we're actually kind of awkward when it comes to sex. You know, like, at least compared to Europeans. Europeans are much more adventurous, but also much more chill with sex. Like, Americans, we're like that dude that busts into a room like, hey, I had a threesome, it was amazing. And a European guy is like, wow, that is incredible. I don't remember the last time I had sex with only 3 people. Yeah, when you Americans have an orgy, it's so tiny. How cute. I feel like I'm back in middle school. But yeah, I am single and I just turned 30. One clap from a guy over there. Is that all you can give me, Wuhan? Come on. Yeah. I turned 30 right at the beginning of the virus, so it was slightly more traumatic. You know, because people are always like, when you turn 30, it's not the end of the world. Kind of feels like it. You know, I always ask myself where I would want to be at 30, and I never thought the answer would be a safe distance from other humans. But like if my 20-year-old self on my 20th birthday was talking to my 30th birthday self, it wouldn't just be depressing. It would sound like I'd gone to jail at some point. Like, hey, when we're 30, will we be in love? No, we'll be in lockdown. Will I have a good job? We'll be lucky to have any job. Will I have a lot of friends? Not really, but the good news is you won't be able to see them anyway. But man, you guys had it rough here in Wuhan. We had it significantly better in Shanghai. The biggest complaint people had living in Shanghai was that the delivery people, the people who delivered your food, the Why My guys, they couldn't come directly to your door anymore. Yeah, you guys had that too? You had to go outside of the guard gate of your compound. So basically you had to walk out to the street, wait for a guy, grab it, and go back upstairs. It basically turned every dinner into a sketchy drug deal. Yeah! Dude! I would just be standing on the sidewalk and some dude would sneak up on me like, yo, you want tacos? I got hard shell, soft shell, chicken, pork, fish, shrimp, chorizo, barbacoa, carne asada. Only the best shit from Mexico. I'd be like, oh man, that sounds good. But I ordered pizza, so that's rough, man. That's rough. But yeah, I am lucky. I am still employed. I actually work for the NBA. Yeah. I told that to a guy last week, and he goes, "Ooh, what team are you on?" I'm like, "Well, I'm on the marketing team." Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's really interesting because I like in China, it's a lot easier to stay in shape than you think it would be. It's a lot easier to be healthy because there are all those people on the street selling gym memberships. Yeah, you see these people? Like it's China, so they don't speak great English. So what they do is they have these brochures, and then whenever they see a foreigner, they just go, "Fitness! Fitness! Fitness!" Yeah. I realize there are two kinds of these people. Like one kind that looks so amazing, they inspire you to work out. The other kind that looks so terrible, they scare you into working out. Like the scary kind came up to me the other day and he just goes, "You want to exercise?" And I'm like, "Do you want to exercise?" But I realize it's kind of lazy just yelling out, "Fitness! Fitness!" It's like these guys should do more to get us to join their gym. Like they should have pickup lines to get us to join. Like, "Hey, you are very attractive." Is what I would say if you were in shape. Fitness! Hey, if I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together in a yoga class. Fitness! Yeah, dude, thank you. The one guy clapping in the front, I fucking appreciate that. Get on his level, everybody. But their salesmanship worked. I joined one of these gyms. So yeah, man, I started going to the gym to impress women, but then I realized women aren't attracted to men with big muscles. Gay guys are. So I gotta be honest with you guys about something. Now that we've been talking for a little while, I didn't lose my virginity until I was 22. Wow. Yeah. I don't know why you're clapping that. That's not. That's fine, man. Yeah, man. But you shouldn't feel bad for me, okay? Because it was only because I was saving myself. Yeah, for that special anyone. Yeah. I didn't really didn't lose my virginity, it just expired. I took out my V card and they're like, you can't renew this again. Yeah, but like when you lose your virginity in your early 20s, it's not even a happy occasion. You know, like having sex for the first time at 22 would be like if you graduated high school at 22. You know, like if you were young, you would have celebrated, but now you just do it quietly and act like it happened years ago. But you know, like everyone, no matter how good your sex life was as a teenager, everyone has regrets. Like, have you ever met one of those guys that had a lot of sex when he was in high school, but he tries to make you feel sorry for him? He's like, dude, I was 15 and all these girls were coming on to me. It was so overwhelming. I'm like, I think you mispronounced awesome. One of my friends the other day, he was like, Ben, I had sex at 14, but I wish I had waited. I wish you would shut up. Nobody needs you. But yeah, there are some dudes in the world that are so good at getting with women that it almost feels like a burden to them. And I just can't understand that. Said Tony? Who the fuck is Tony? Him?
No.
Are you good with the ladies, Tony?
My twin's here.
Your what's here?
My twins, not me.
Your twin is here?
Yeah.
Where's your twin?
I don't know. Maybe somewhere.
Dude, we gotta stop talking to each other. I don't know where this is fucking going. This is going nowhere, man. But yeah, man, there are some dudes out there that getting with women is so easy for them that it almost feels like a burden. Like one of my friends the other day, he said to me, "Oh, Ben, when you sleep with a girl, she gets so attached." I'm like, not when I do it. You know, but I hear guys say this all the time, like, oh, I fucked this chick and now she won't leave me alone. I would kill for some repeat customers right now. No? Yeah. Because like when I have a one-night stand, the girl leaves without being asked. And all the girls out there are like, oh, that's so sad. All the guys are like, dude, you're living the dream. But people always assume that it's the man that ends things with a one-night stand. But that's not the case with me. Like some dudes hit it and quit it. I hit it and get fired. Like I don't just get laid, I get laid off. I've lived in China for 6 years now. Yeah. Thank you. I love living here. The interesting thing about living in China as a foreigner is you never know what a Chinese person is going to think of you when they see you for the first time. Like the other day, this Chinese girl just comes up to me and she goes, "Ooh, you look like a cute Jew." Yeah, she got me. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? What are you doing here?
She's asking me where I'm from. I'm just...
Yeah.
And tell her to shut up because you're at a comedy show. These people came to see a comedy show. Didn't you just come to see a comedy show? Yeah. You're in the fucking front row, man.
I'm trying to get something.
Dude, you got the whole night after this.
No, man. I come from coronavirus. How can I know?
Dude, I've already seen you. You're bad at talking. You're better off just shutting up. She'll fuck you if you say nothing, okay? Just shut up and let... Dude, we got all these cameras here, okay? I'm fucking going bankrupt filming this thing. Just be silent and fucking laugh at my jokes, okay? That's all I'm asking for. Okay, man? Dude. Yeah. As I was saying, I'm Jewish. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's worth a clap, right? I am single. A lot of my other friends are single too, but we have different types. So when we go out together, it's never an issue. You know, like for example, I'm really into brunettes, and my friend really likes guys. So yeah, I only go pick up chicks with my gay friends because you know what they say: if you can't beat them, play a different game. But I do get jealous sometimes when I see gay guys hooking up so quickly. You know, I feel like I play the wrong sport. Because gay guys, they're like basketball players. They score 20 times, nobody notices. Straight guys, we're like soccer players. We score once and celebrate for a week. Yeah. Man, when I first arrived in China, I went to a lot of nightclubs. Anyone go to nightclubs here in Wuhan? Yeah, dude. Are they good? Are they good nightclubs here? No? That was a very quick response. Nope, they're terrible. I stopped going to the nightclubs in Shanghai because I realized that clubs are made for women to attract men, but not really for men to attract women. Like guys, if we see a girl dancing sexy at a club, we're like, oh, that's the one I want. We're really simple. But women, you're more complicated than that. Like guys, you're not gonna impress a woman at a club by just dancing. Like you gotta do more than that. If you want to impress a woman at a club, you gotta be like, yeah. Here's my bank statement. Yeah. I get one every month. And the balance normally goes up. Yeah. Sorry, I'm normally better at dancing, but it's kind of hard to dance while I'm holding my 2-week-old puppy. Yeah, I rescued him. Do you think you can rescue me? Yeah, that was a good pickup line, and you know it. Here's a cute picture of me, the puppy, and my mom, because I respect my mom. But I'll respect you more, and I'll never choose my mom over you. Yeah, I'm strong and can protect you because I've been at the gym working on my fitness. Thank you, I appreciate it. Dude. But yeah, I live in a shared apartment in Shanghai. I live with 5 girls. Yeah, dude. But whenever I say that to people, it always gets a reaction. You know? Like, because if you say you live with 5 roommates, people are like, ooh. If you say you live with 5 girls, people are like, yeah. Yeah. But like, the best part about living with 5 girls is it sounds cool enough where people forget that you're just poor. And that's why you live with so many people? They're like, oh, you must get so much pussy. I can't even get in the bathroom. But dude, they just assume that because we're living together, stuff's happening between us. But that's never how male-female roommates have worked. Like, no woman has ever banged a guy just because he was already in the house. You know, it's like, hey, how was the sex? Convenient. No one's ever said that. That's not how it works. I don't think China has good sex education though, because one of my Chinese female roommates, the other day she told me that she was bisexual. Yeah. I was like, well, my bio is also sexual. You're not special. Then she clarified, she goes, oh, I like men and women. I went, oh, you mean bisexual? And she goes, I think I know who I like to fuck. I'm like, I think whoever you like to fuck should correct your pronunciation. But I'm sure no one said anything to her because she was a pretty girl. Like, when ugly people mess up, we're all over it. But when hot people make mistakes, we're like, oh, they're trying. He can't be expected to know words. Make some noise if you are a foreigner here who is dating a local. Only this guy has the balls to admit it. Everyone else is too ashamed. Okay.
He's married.
He's married. Okay. You're married. You said you're dating a local, right? Okay. You're like, oh, well, I don't know. We haven't really decided what's going on with us yet. I'm like, we're still. It's only been 3 years. We haven't figured it out yet. You know. Okay. What language do you guys normally speak with each other? English or Chinese? Or something else? Oh, wow! Well, do tell. I wasn't even envisioning this. Okay, in the bedroom, what do you speak? Just English? And outside the bedroom, just English? Okay, so you speak English and in grunts. I mean, I guess in the bedroom that's appropriate, so you're good there. Yeah, man, it's interesting seeing, like, interracial couples here, whether they speak English or Chinese, I try to speak Chinese if I date locally here, because it's always been my dream to be that romantic man who speaks his second language but makes really sexy mistakes. Like, have you ever met one of those Italian guys that no matter how terrible his English is, you still just want to hop on his dick? I said that at a show last week and a girl just shouts out, "That's not how it works! You can't just hop on a dick!" Then a girl on the other side of the room went, "Oh yes you can!" I just let the two of them fight it out. That was way more interesting than anything I could say. But man, like, that's what, but I realized my logic is flawed. Like trying to be like a man who speaks a second language that makes sexy mistakes. Because Chinese doesn't have sexy mistakes. The language doesn't even sound good when you speak it right. Like if I was speaking to you fluently in Spanish or Italian, you'd be like, "Whoo, it's getting pretty hot in here." But if I was speaking to you in Chinese, you'd be like, "Whoo, it sounds like you've been studying for many years." You guys are good. I love you. You're fantastic. Yeah. You're fucking great. What's your name? Sorry? Kate. How old are you, Kate? 14. Oh boy, that is right on the borderline of appropriate for a comedy show. That is, oh boy. How old are you? 12. You're fucking 12? Are there only kids left in Wuhan? What, is everybody here an orphan? What happened? Did your parents just say, "Fuck it, you're dealing with COVID now"? I don't know what's worse, if you left Wuhan or if you stayed and brought them to this show. I don't know what makes it a worse parent.
He's the one who wants to come.
He wants to come? Oh, he was the one. You're like, "Well, if you twist my arm."
I mean, she made me. This is not what I was expecting.
Yeah, make all the excuses you want, but we all know the real reason.
I just saw a poster my mom gave me. Mom says, "This is another comedy show. You want to be a comedian, you should come." I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Okay.
They want
Oh boy, I opened up a real can of worms here. I really shouldn't have gone into this. This was a big mistake. I shouldn't have talked to you guys, but thank you for coming. I do appreciate it. It wasn't what I was expecting, but I'm glad that you are here. I really am. I really am. I try to stay out of trouble on the internet. But like the other day, I looked up my ex-girlfriend on the internet. Has anyone ever done that? Anyone ever looked up an ex-girlfriend or an ex-boyfriend on the internet? Yeah, man. Did not go well. I found out that after 5 years, she and another man are happily using my Netflix account. Yeah, man, dude. It's rough. But I think I talk about dating a lot because my parents are divorced. Anyone else here have divorced parents? Nice. Oh, well, now you fucking bringing your kids to a comedy show makes a whole lot of sense. You are a damaged person just like me. You're like, expose them to the world as young as they can. They're gonna see it eventually. Okay, how old were you when when did your parents get divorced?
It was 3.
Three?
It was 3.
3? You were 3?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, okay. I asked that at a lot of shows. I asked a guy last week when his parents got divorced and he goes, 2 weeks ago. I'm like, oh shit. You are still upset about this. But my parents got divorced when I was 10. So the way it worked out, when I was a teenager, they were dating a lot. Yeah, which was weird. Like it's hard, like at that age, it's hard to see your dad with a girlfriend when you don't have one. Like I was jealous of my dad. Like my dad he was pulling so many chicks. I'm like, wow, I can't wait to turn 52 and enter my sexual prime. You know, like some woman's getting with my dad and she's like, hey, your dick's not fully hard. He's like, that's what you call a senior discount. But man, as a teenager, I felt lame compared to my parents. I did. You know, my mom would be like, hey, you going out tonight? I'm like, no. She goes, really? Because I am. Like, I would be at home on a Friday night, and my mom would be out dancing at a club called Shabooms. Yeah, Shabooms. That just sounds like a catchphrase, like, hey, gotcha, shaboom. But my mom was overly optimistic about my dating prospects. Like, I remember before I went to college, she said to me, she was like, hey, Ben, don't sleep with too many women. I'm like, Mom, let's worry about 2 before we worry about too many. But for real, I liked most of the people my parents dated. I really did. But I found out, if you don't like your mom or dad's new squeeze, there's a real easy way to get rid of them. Yeah, there is. You know, like if your mom goes like, hey, what do you think of Ed? I'm like, oh, Ed's great. He's awesome. I love him. You know what? He kind of reminds me of Dad. Yeah. Yeah. Never saw Ed again. Shaboom. Got him. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, I've been talking to my mom a lot more recently, like with the virus. I've been trying to keep in contact with her. I called her the other day because I didn't know where my birth certificate was, and that tends to be something that a mom knows, you know? So I asked my mom, I'm like, hey, do you have my birth certificate? She goes, no, but I have a certificate that proves you were circumcised. And I'm like, doesn't my penis already prove that I'm circumcised? Because no one's ever looked at it and been like, we're gonna need a second opinion. Oh, you don't have foreskin? Show me your paperwork! But I didn't know the certificate existed. Like, if someone asked me for a circumcision certificate, I'd be like, do you want a dick pic? Like, is that what you're going after? But yeah, my mom has the certificate, and I wonder, does she have it like hanging up next to my graduation photos? In some frame with scissors all around the edge? With some punny phrase like, my son, a cut above the rest. Or, it's all good, even with no hood. Yeah. There is actually a video of my circumcision. Yeah, and that's why I brought all of you here tonight. Cue the projector! We're gonna fucking watch it, okay? Yeah. But yeah, part of the time I was in the States, I stayed in New York and Brooklyn at an Airbnb. Yeah, it was good. It was an Airbnb. Anyone ever stayed at an Airbnb? Yeah. I stayed there, and as the woman was showing me around the place, she said, you know what? 2 days ago, the rapper Busta Rhymes filmed a music video here. Yeah. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool to be staying in 1998. I half expected her to be like, yeah, and Ricky Martin was there. And he was totally straight. Like, I mean, the late 90s were so unforgiving for gay people that instead of coming out, they just had to write songs about living the crazy life. Because in America, people were dancing to that song like, what is La Vida Loca? It's butt sex, okay? That's what it was the whole time. Like, we should have known that Ricky was gay. Because in that song, he makes straight sex sound way too exciting. It's unrealistic. Like, I've never described getting with a woman as upside, inside out. Yeah. Dude, that sounds like acrobatic shit. I can't do that. Also, he has that line, he says, she makes you take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain. Who's your girlfriend, Freddie Mercury? Like, only a horny-ass dude would see a thunderstorm like tonight and be like, oh, dude, let's fucking get naked and boogie. But dude, upside, inside, out, that's unrealistic. Like, dude, if he was singing about straight sex, he just would have gone, lie down on the bed. My dick has got a boner. This will wear you out, but it will soon be over. Thank you guys, thank you. And, but yeah, porn up. Josh was saying it, I watched a lot of porn during, make some noise if you watched a lot of porn during the quarantine. Come on, guys. You finished it? You finished the internet? Dude, I love watching porn. My favorite part of watching porn are those advertisements for women nearby. Yeah, I love those things. They're like, women in your area wanna fuck. I'm like, yeah, if that was true, I wouldn't be on this website. Also, there's a big difference between women in your area want to fuck and women in your area want to fuck you. I've made that mistake sometimes. Like, I've gotten rejected by a girl at a bar, and then I'll be like, well, guess she doesn't like sex. Like, oh, she's going home with that guy. He must have a spare futon or something. But I realized everyone judges you for watching porn, even porn websites. Because you open the video, then one of those ads pops up and it's like, hey, maybe you should have real sex. Yeah, I feel like in China, when you go on dates, you learn something new about the culture with each new date you go on. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You learn things about a culture when you go on dates. Yeah, like I went on a dinner date with this girl the other day. We were about to order food and I just went, hey, do you want a beer? And she goes, I'm on my period. And I was like, oh. So do you want a beer? Because for me, I didn't know there was any connection between those things. I didn't know that Chinese girls don't drink cold beverages on their period. I didn't know that that was a thing. To me, it would have been like if someone asked me if I wanted a beer and I went, I like cheeseburgers. But I thought to myself that this girl was comfortable enough with me to tell me that she was on her period at the beginning of the first date. What kind of big secrets is she saving for future dates? Like date number 3, so should we get the check? I just pooped my pants. Date number 5, those are some nice shoes you're wearing. I killed a man. Date number 10, so should we head back to my place? Actually, I am a man. Thank you. And I love how you guys laughed hard at that joke, even though 70 million people walked in front of the stage. Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on, that was... I don't know, I sometimes get frustrated at people getting offended easily these days at things, but I realize I'm also part of the problem. Yeah, I realize I'm also part of the problem, you know? Like the other day, I told someone I was Jewish, he found out I was Jewish, and then he went, oh, I saw Schindler's List. And it was the saddest movie I've ever seen. And I was like, hold on a second. Your saddest ever movie is a film that ends with a bunch of Jews getting saved? You know, he just sees the credits roll and he's like, God damn it, the Goldbergs got away. That's not what I came here for. So then he backtracked really quickly. He's like, oh no, man. He's like, I didn't mean that. I understand how serious it was. 6 million Jews died. I'm like, hey man, I'm a person, not a statistic, okay? Yeah, I got real mean for no reason, okay? I got real, like, girlfriend on him, okay? Got real mean. And then, you know, I'm like, hey, respect my intergenerational trauma. Then he looks at me and goes, you know I'm part black, right? And I'm like, oh shit. And I was like, 12 Years a Slave is the saddest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyways, you guys have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Wuhan. I've been Ben Frank. Have an awesome evening.
New York City, in a Falcon, hotel.